Peace, and I'd like to welcome you back to another rare installment of the FoulPlayer live edition. um, Pardon me. Now I'll just send some links out to see if anybody else would come through. But yeah, I wanted to discuss some things. One second, trying to put you in, Mike. Oh, there you go.
What up, homie?
Hey, Mike, could you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, now I hear you. Let me put the volume up. Yeah, I wanted to discuss some things regarding boxing life, more so banter, like the maybe discuss a little bit of the UFC card. I actually happened to see the UFC card at my cousin Guillotine's house. Um, I got a little bit twisted too. The
Mm.
um, and I just got back from Maine, which my man Mike is familiar with because he used to reside in Maine as well. Actually, I titled the. You saw the title, Mike?
Nah.
Yeah, let me see if it comes up. Yeah, the title says Boxing Life and Michael Johnson's Affinity for BMWs. Big Maine Women.
Nah, fuck you. Never had one. I just knew what they was called. You going to hell for that.
Now I'm gonna change it after this, bro. You know I like busting your chops. Me and Mike have this ongoing game. Like if Mike sees me on a chat or if I see Mike on a chat, we'll diss each other. We'll diss each other's clothes or whatever have you, bro. But Mike's my brother, bro. I got mad love for Mike.
Shit, you was out there checking them BMWs out though.
Yo, it's crazy too, cause all I saw like this time around were straight up BMWs, bro. Not a pretty
Yep.
girl in sight.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I was
Told you.
looking. I'm happily married, but the
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Put your this. Yeah.
the
Backtrack.
main women are very rough looking, bro. Like
Yeah.
you lived in Bath, you said, right?
Somewhere over there. Yeah. They get withered pretty quick.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know about the weather. Well, actually, yeah, you're actually right about that.
Like
But
2 weeks of summer. That's about it.
yeah, yeah, I got caught in the ill thunderstorm too, man. When I was out there, yo,
Mm.
you know where? I don't know if you know this area because it's a little bit the other way. You know where Wickasit is? Wickasit?
N- yeah, I somewhat
But
sounds
to go
familiar.
to go from where I'm at to that area. Actually, I'll even tell you before that, bro. Like fucking the night before that, bro. Like I was getting ready to leave. Like we already packed our stuff. So I had a dream that I was like the house that I'm staying at. You saw it. Is like on the water, and that there was a like a light pole or some shit like right near the water, and that two crows were like screaming about something, and an eagle comes up out of nowhere and like attacks them in the dream. And
Mm.
and I woke up, but when I woke up, two crows were outside the window like screaming, bro. I'm like, yo, like, but they weren't screaming because they were getting attacked. They was just being jerk offs. So I my bad, bro.
It's probably the way your dream is. Dream was telling you was trying to get rid of them in your dream.
Could be
And
that's
you
what I thought.
manifested the eagle to swoop down and snatch them hoes up and get them up out of them bushes.
Nah, but check it out. So I was driving home, and like to drive home is like two roads, like like every highway is like pretty much two ways, like that's like in the woods. So I'm fucking driving, and like the bridge to go over that place, Wickasit, a fucking eagle flies right above the car, bro. Like right up, like if the I'm here, like my pickup truck is like here, like the shit like flew like right in front, like a few feet, like 5 feet from in front of us, bro. And it was
Was
big as shit. And you know
nigga, was
what's
you
crazy?
smoking?
Nah, bro. You know what's crazy too, Mike? That the only other time I saw an eagle was when I was on the phone with you. Um, I don't know if you remember, we were having like a randomized conversation like last year or some shit. And I was like, yo, I just saw an eagle like on the side of the highway. I pulled over and I jumped out and everything, but it dipped off before I even got anywhere close to it. But I don't know if you remember that. It was that
This
was
motherfucker risked his fucking life to take a picture of an eagle.
yo. I I love like stuff like that, bro. Like nah, sometimes I feel like be talking to me, bro. Like Oh, those are like signs, bro. Like from the gods.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yo, Mike. I mean, this is not a. I never asked you this, bro. Like, so like nobody thinks I'm cheesing, but have you ever seen a ghost in real life?
I don't. Nah, I can't say.
You believe in ghosts?
I believe you. I believe if you don't mind your fucking business, you eventually gonna find you're gonna run into something.
Yeah, bro. Nah, I don't believe in ghosts. Like,
No, what I'm basically saying is that the people that always out there trying to find ghosts and trying to find this, eventually you're gonna run into something.
yeah. No, but I was
No.
gonna say I don't believe in like ghosts. Like if you die, like your ghost is gonna be chilling around, like the women of Maine and shit. Like when you die, that shit you're just done. But I have seen like ghosts though. Like I don't believe that ghosts are like people that pass on and shit like that. Like, but I've seen like hundreds of ghosts, bro.
Yeah, I bet you was high in the motherfucker
Nah, bro, I don't fuck
hundreds
around,
of
bro. Like,
times,
nah, I don't mess
hundreds of
around.
times.
Nah, I've seen a bunch, not hundreds, but like a good almost 100 times, bro.
Any of them ghosts have some big old booties?
Nah, bro. Like,
Nah.
and you know what's crazy too, bro? Like that I started seeing that stuff more like in 2015. Like, and when I was young, bro, like like I wasn't scared of much, bro. But if there was one thing I was scared of, bro, it would have been that. Like, and I never really seen it like that, like when I was young. But from seeing it so much, bro, like that, I think that was like a sign for me, like not to fear anything, like because like after a while, it wouldn't shake me at all, bro. Like I felt like one touched me and everything, bro.
Yeah, man. You need to lay off that. You need to stop eating them erasers and chewing on crowns.
Nah, bro, I'm
That's just
not King
from.
Louis, bro. Like fucking messing with woolies and shit, bro. Like that, there's like dead
Oh
sober, like
damn.
the nah, man. Oh, I don't even comment on that, bro. Yo, rules on my channel, bro. If I ever rip into somebody, which I'm not gonna do often, bro. Like especially somebody who's like quasi, like I guess involved with other cats, bro. Don't co-sign me. Don't jump in, bro. Like that's my little thing, bro. And like I'm not gonna let that dude slide, but I'm not gonna invest time into it like that. But nah, but that ass serious, bro. Like one like fucking touched me like in my hands and it like I was actually recording something with the phone, like a ceiling. As I was fucking recording, like something came up behind me, bro, and like you see like my fucking arms. It felt like his whole hands were like the size of like two of my fingers, like that, like mad thin. And it grabbed both my fucking arms, like as I was recording, and it fucking I couldn't move, bro. It's
So you
like
mean, so you mean a ghost grabbed you and was like, "You want a popsicle?
yeah, bro, crazy shit.
You want a popsicle?"
Yo, but believe it or not, too, bro. Like when I would experience a lot of that
Ghost
shit
about to
too,
tear your ass up.
bro. I don't fear that shit, bro. A ghost tries to tear me up, bro. Like that's a battle, bro. Ain't no victims on this side. The nah, but a lot of that's just the first started happening, like hard body and the bees, bro.
Mm.
That just got bad vibes, bro. Like fucking all that crazy shit that probably goes down. Yo, Mike. Matter of fact, bro, I'm gonna spur you in like before anybody else jumps on, bro. I'm gonna spur you into going back to some of the shit you used to do when I first started fucking watching you, bro. Which is like bullshit and talk about like whatever the fuck came up, bro. Politics. But do you feel comfortable like talking about that like Fort Hood thing, like
Which one?
where that like broad came up missing? Rest in peace to her. I don't
Oh,
know her name.
yeah. I think people got the game fucked up. Um, with that, I think a lot of people um that never been in the military or don't know how the military works well, really do need to shut the fuck up and not be trying to give they 2 cents on what the military really need to do. This is how they handle their investigations. They don't have to tell the general public what they're doing. Blah blah blah. Would do a whoop. She was never missing, but they don't have to tell you. You see what I'm saying? They don't have to tell nobody nothing until after the investigation is done, and then they'll release some information out. but it still really ain't got to give you the whole thing.
No, they don't gotta put any information on it. I
You
mean,
know,
but
you know
I'm
what
not defending them. That's just their process.
No,
Like that's
I was just listening to somebody, and somebody was saying that like they need more oversight and this and the third is like, I'm like, man, you don't even know how this shit. It's like there's so many commands on each base. There's so many amount of people on each base. It's like a mini city, and rape actually doesn't really happen as much as people think it happens. Yeah, it does happen, but if you have a mini city, how many rape victims gonna have in that city?
that makes sense though too. If you put it like
It's,
that,
and deaths. How many people you gonna have? That's just
it's
how it
actually
is.
it's more like a mini ghetto, bro. Like because if like cities
Yeah,
ain't up like that, if you think about it. But yeah, you're right though. Like that like if you look into it, like I mean anybody could look into it. Like the military doesn't have to be forthcoming like with an investigation and whatnot. They could tell you zero. But I disagree with you in the sense that there should be more oversight from like an outside agency like type
but
deal.
there is though.
In what
That's the
sense?
thing, and people don't understand this. There is. Not only is there oversight, there's oversight outside of your command. There's oversight in the civilian sector. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't understand that, and they get on the thing, and they start regurgitating out of their mouths, but they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I'm not talking about you, but there is oversight. Um, you got the sexual response websites. Those are civilian ran. You can self-report on that website
Well, let
for
me ask you, Mike. Let me ask you though, Mike. You think like the parameters that are in place now, like regard and not just with sexual like harassment and whatnot, but like um, you think the stuff that's in place is sufficient?
yeah. I'm gonna tell you this one thing. It is sufficient. Ain't nobody fucking around with that shit. No, 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 no. Nobody in charge want to fuck around with no sexual harassment, racial or sexual, assault cases and sweep it under the rug. Nobody wants to do that shit. That's in charge. The
Yo,
people
I've
that
peeped that.
fucking
Yo,
hold up,
Mike, that I've peeped that shit though, bro. Like I peeped
hold
it
up, hold up,
firsthand.
hold up, hold up. I peeped it. And the people that let that shit slide underneath the rug, those are the most disturbed individuals ever. They think because they in charge that they are fully in control of every situation. They're not, those are not leaders. Just like anywhere else in life. I don't care if it's the police force. I don't care if it's your local college, your local library, your local Starbucks. I don't care where you at. You're going to have motherfuckers just like that running that shit. And that's
Yeah,
just straight up. It's not just the military. It's like this shit happens everywhere when people is in charge.
that
But
also makes sense too, bro. That does
I'm
make
gonna tell
sense.
you why the reason why nobody really want to fuck with it. Because even if you are disturbed or you're trying to be in charge and you think this shit is not like that, you can still get in trouble for get relieved of command over the command of over your command for doing what you was supposed to do just because you moved a little bit too slow or you didn't take it as seriously, but you went through the proper channels and everything, and y'all end up Article 15 in the dude. You can still get in trouble. Nobody want to fuck with that shit between um semio stuff, equal opportunity stuff, sexual assault, and sexual harassment. Nobody wants a blemish on their record with that when they're in charge of command because you're done, and you could probably go to jail.
Yeah. Well, like the thing is too, and I've had conversations with somewhat with you about this, but I guess like you probably wouldn't grasp it unless like you peeped it. But like there's a lot of like shady shit like fucking I don't even want to like because I honestly I rather you not like I don't give a shit about me, but I rather you not like
Nah, I put like just say what you got to say.
all right. So basic like what Actually, I'll say it like this: don't speak on like the shit that you said that you saw, bro. Like I'll put it like that.
No,
But
I can speak on it. It's not gonna do nothing. But go
yeah, no.
ahead.
But and I'm saying it for more your sake, bro. But
Yeah, just go ahead.
nah. But what like two things, and this is not like why I didn't want to say it because I just didn't want to like I just didn't know if you felt comfortable talking too deeper into that. And we'll cut this part of the fucking conversation off afterwards. But I mean, we'll jump on to some other shit. But what I was gonna say is that I did peep that stuff firsthand, and in the army, there was more like buddy shit happening, hard body, like illegal shit, like like I would gamble in the army. Yeah,
Yeah, you
all
told
right,
me about that shit.
okay. Don't like I don't want to speak too crazy about that though. But I would gamble in the army, and there were other dudes that would gamble in the army, like that would like try to copy my stilo and like gamble as well. And but they would do like a bunch of grimy shit. Like they'd be fights, like and a dude that was like a pretty high ranking guy, like actually lost his eye in one of those fights. Like somebody stabbed him with a bottle. So nothing came of it. But then that's not even a big deal to be frank, but like, you know, they were like really busting my chops and they really didn't have nothing on me like that. But it was just more like hearsay. But the rape instance that I did that I was privy to was of this chick, and her husband was in a fraternity that's very rampant in the military. I'll put it out there, Freemasons. He was a Freemason in the military. And if you're a Freemason and you get butt hurt by it, bro, like I mean, I'm not taking shots at y'all, but like, you know, a lot of the Freemasons I encountered were pieces of shit. So, anyways, he was part of that, and the guy that like took it there with her was a high-ranking military guy, but was also a Freemason. I don't know if he was a high-ranking Freemason. I don't care. But the dude that did it, like she, you know, she was pressing him on it, like she was trying to get him in trouble. So they ended up moving the guy who did it to her, like to like a base that was like 2 miles away from like the base where I was at, and they actually gave him like a hot like a job of like somebody who's ranked above him, like which that looks good on like your record, like type shit. Like, you know, if you're doing a job that somebody higher rank is supposed to do, like it looks good on you. You know, so they did that, like, and they actually gave him like a job of like the highest rank in the military, which is like E9. But yeah, no, I've seen a lot, but I've seen instances like that, like where I'm not saying it's rampant like that.
Yeah, but you gotta understand is like that's the reason why like I said what I said is like when somebody said there needs to be like more civilian oversight in the military, that's the reason why I laugh at the motherfuckers because they don't know what the fuck they talking about. This shit like this, like you just said, and the situation with this young lady, this shit happens
Every
outside of the
city,
military
yeah,
all
every
the
city,
fucking
USA.
time. All the fucking time. And it's like if you knew what the fuck people in the military had to go through on a day-to-day basis, you'd probably shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and it's just like some people just talk out of their ass. Yeah, there's back in the days in Baghdad on base, there was parts where women, uh, even soldiers or not, shouldn't be walking alone at night. You know what I'm saying? The thing what I keep trying to tell folks is that you know the military doesn't have the well. I put it to you like this: you go to any fucked up neighborhood, you go to any decent area in town that's like you know not upscale, not like you know it's like yeah, it's like it's like an I area, and let me know what the crime statistics is.
Oh no, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Let me know what the crime statistic is, and let me know how many people be dying over there, you know, getting raped and stuff like that. And those have civilian oversight. And what the fuck does that do? And
Nah, zero.
most of the thing, and all these services, everything is backed by Title 10. What's Title 10? So it's a fucking U.S. code. Who wrote it? A fucking civilian.
No, and they do have straight
And
up
then
civilians.
when you go through the sexual response and all that stuff, fucking civilians. The
Yeah,
website is fucking civilians. The people who run it is fucking civilians. Military people, they just maintain it. All the reports. You know how easy it is. You know how easy to be for somebody to get anybody in trouble for fucking let's say for instance, I saw an instance where a dude was walking up some steps and fucking slipped. And his hand hit the chick's ass in front of him. They hit him for sexual assault. Let me tell you something else. Another easy way to get hemmed up in any of these services. You know, if a motherfucker went to JAG or a motherfucker went or a Simeo survey or any if that motherfucker went to any of those organizations that has to do with Simeo, um, Attorney General, or or any type of survey that has to do with command and climate that's ran by civilians, because they all are. You know what you know the next day somebody gonna come to your command and be talking to this dude. Somebody be talking to your ass. Oh, we got to report that, you know, such and such happened. Did you so tell me what happened on this day. Like, tell me about that day. And guess what? You know how they do it in the service? Most likely it's going to be proven. It's going to be guilty
guilty.
until proven innocent.
Yeah, absolutely. That I will
So
tell you. That's true.
so like just people just don't pay attention. Yeah, that dude who was in charge of that command was probably shouldn't even been in that position. He'd be sweeping shit under the rug. But that's why a lot of people don't do the shit within the commands. They do it outside because they have no choice. Everybody above that command has to fucking see this shit. And
Yeah,
they're gonna be wanting feedback to see what the fuck you been doing about it. And then guess what? Somebody is gonna talk to somebody. Somebody's gonna show up. And they're gonna get down to the nitty-gritty. And guess
yeah.
what? At that point, it's gonna be anonymous like a motherfucker.
Nah, man.
And,
I mean, I
and
hope you know, I mean, it did, like suck for all respect to Shorty, like the you hate to see that happen on any level. I don't want to see it happen. Nobody's. I don't want to be hypercritical or like playing defense for the military neither on either side. Um, um, but and my my little nephew's he's on base there, bro, in Fort Hood. So and he got like the shittiest job too. So I mean, like everybody in Fort Hood who listens, I hope they stay safe.
well,
Keep you.
I'll put it to you like this. If you really want to know, if you really want to talk about anything when it comes to the military needs more oversight, how about you do a little how about all y'all do a little research about Fort Hood? How about you do that and see how shady it is over there?
Yeah,
On base and off base.
yeah. Everybody
How
always
about you
talks
go
about
and do
that shit.
that? They just had a pimping and pandering scandal. Um
Or what?
say service members getting shot off base, shopping, going to the corner store getting shot. All kind of all kind of felonious shit happening over there. Do your research, and I'm pretty sure you'll find a lot more shit than what I said.
Nah, for sure. The yeah, man. But yeah, let's move on, bro. That's like kind of depressing, bro. Like the and again, like to everybody in Fort Hood, man, keep your heads up, eyes open. Um, don't let nobody play you. But yo, Mike, you don't watch UFC, but you ain't get to watch any of that card yesterday.
I watched it.
Me too, bro. I don't mess with UFC like that.
I watched it because the Lion Killer reminded me, so I went on and watched it.
Shout out to Lion Killer too, man. He said he may come on later too. He's getting a haircut. But yeah, that what do you think about it
I only watched
overall?
like the last two fights. It is what it is, man. It's like, you know, it is what it is. You get up in there, and I mean, it's UFC. Like, what do you expect? You're not gonna have that many boring fights in the UFC, because you got hands, arms, forearms, shoulders, knees, and toes. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't gonna be that. It's not gonna be like any other sport. And I think the fans were satisfied, but besides the main event, um, because I seriously think that fans need to understand is like, whether that is boxing or MMA, is like the part of the game is not fucking getting in there and getting hit. And if you want to cry about somebody getting they toes stumped on all night and stuff like that, well, maybe you should have told old Georgie to keep his back off the cage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the main event wasn't all spectacular and everything,
The
but I
main
think
event
that
was litty, bro. Like that was a good
no,
fight, man.
no, I thought it was okay. I thought it was okay, but if 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 you put in the aspect of game plan execution, um, and stuff like that, you got to give the dude his props. He George didn't want to get off. George didn't want to get his back off the cage. He was comfortable with getting his toes stepped on. He was comfortable with those body shots that took all the air out of his ass. You know what I'm saying? So what can you say? But people mad. I saw a couple of them tweets, and you know,
No,
it's mad.
I think it's because they got a lot of love for George, like, and you know, a lot of people are like this and Usman. Like Usman's a Hall of Fame fighter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't even like UFC like that, but you compare his career like overall to like Hall of Fame fighters. Like, I mean, he's neck and neck, bro. And now with the win streak, but I think a lot of people just wanted Jorge to win, bro. Like Jorge's mad popular. And I watched a lot of his YouTube stuff, like, and I don't even like again, I don't even like the UFC like that. I actually dislike the UFC a lot of times because I love boxing, and it always seems like it's boxing against UFC. But it was a dope card though, man. Like, and they're putting on these cards probably while making less money.
Well, man, I keep trying to tell folks, but nobody want to fucking listen. You can't compare boxing to UFC. This shit is fucking apples and oranges. And you know what I'm saying? There's too many. You know, there's, you know, probably 100,000 professional boxers, probably more than that. And how many active? You know what I'm saying? Might not be fighting under a boxing commission because they're outside of the top 20, top 25, top 30, whatever. But there ain't that many people signed to the UFC compared to how many boxers there are. So you have to think about it though. If if UFC got hands, shoulders, knees, and toes and elbows, right? And boxing, you just got your hands. Which fights are going to be more exciting on a
I mean,
consistent basis?
nah, but honestly, Mike, a good boxing match to me
No, I
is
said I
always,
said on a consistent basis. Which
yeah.
fights are going to be more exciting?
I still like boxing more than UFC. Like I think boxing fights to me, like I mean, like, but I'm a homer. I still think boxing fights are more exciting. Boxing's a bitch, bro. Like it's 12 rounds. You know, the and with the grabbing and whatnot, like grabbing's not exciting like that. Like, sometimes you could choke somebody out or something, yeah, but that's not happening every second. And like a lot of times, like 3 minutes of grabbing like in a round. Boxing's always been, boxing. If you know what you're looking for, boxing's always more exciting. Like,
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about like you see like people getting locked, they body locking up, they're getting kicked in the mouth and getting
Yeah.
knocked out,
No, I
elbows,
feel
you know what I'm
you.
saying? Stuff like
I
that.
feel you.
And that's the reason why, people could say, oh yeah, they got a good card, but that's why you have more upsets in the UFC than you have in boxing, is because it's dynamic.
I love upsets though. I wish
It's
upsets happen in
dynamic.
boxing though.
You know what I'm saying? It's like when people say, "Oh, UFC is outside of boxing," I just be laughing sometimes. I be like, "Cause it's apples and oranges. Like you can't tell that. You know who wouldn't like more? You can't tell why people wouldn't be attracted to UFC and why people would be attracted to boxing. You see what I'm saying? It's dynamic. It's like if you want to see like um like a real martial arts fight and stuff like that, that's what you want to fight. That's what you want to watch. But if you just want to watch boxing, which is people with gloves on, then you just go to boxing. But how many people in America is going to gravitate to boxing than they use UFC? Then most of them are going to go to UFC.
Well, like the thing is too that there's a lot of like white fans that were like kind of like lingering about that probably thought that they didn't have a place like in fighting sports and like to train you like mixed martial arts it takes money, bro. Like to train boxing it takes money too, but a lot of boxing gyms are like in the hood and like if you're talented you could box for free, but like white guys basically got a good leg in that sport, but it won't be that way for long, like because you got like the first wave of black cats that are like just getting into like martial arts or mixed martial arts, and they're doing mad good.
Well,
Imagine
this
when
ain't the
like
first wave. This ain't the first wave. Now
kind
black
of,
folks
bro.
been in here, but it ain't been a lot.
Well, but like Mike too, like at least in my hood, like there's I put it in most hoods, bro. There ain't many jujitsu gyms or like stuff like that even now. But like we had like the little bullshit taekwondo like here and there, but that was just like somebody like me like acting like they know what they're doing and taking people's money. The the they the but like they don't have the gyms like that. And I think like too like if those gyms like had the choice of like hooking up like a black cat that was really talented or a white guy that was really talented, I think they like shade the black guy and like what I'm saying? Like I think that sport's propped up like that right now. But like
I don't think. Oh, go
in
ahead. My bad.
in 20 years though, like the real black wave of UFC and like is gonna start happening like where it's gonna be like total domination on their part. And the sport by then is gonna be a lot bigger than what it is now. And not solely because of that, like but it's just gonna be a lot bigger and then you're gonna see the real black wave in UFC. And I think like you'll have like one or two like white guys that are doing their thing or like non-black guys, but it's gonna be like black guys that are just beating the shit out these like you know Eastern European cats or whatever.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. And it's happening right now. It's like George ain't even white. You know what I'm saying? But
Jones,
eventually, like there ain't gonna be none. Even with the females, eventually they're gonna be gone too. It's
yeah.
like
Honestly, like if you think about it too, Mike, good that you brought that up because you probably have zero wave of like the sisters in the mixed martial arts of yet.
no,
Like
you
wait
got
till
you
they
got a,
come
you
in.
got a few, but it's just like they ain't been doing it for a very long time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They ain't been doing it for a long time, and you know what I'm saying? It's like they when people start growing up into the sport and stuff like that, and becoming great and stuff like that, then it's gonna be a wrap because that's why a lot of these females out there and these males are good. They've been doing this shit all their life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they know a couple of more tricks, but I guess there's a lot of people in the UFC that I don't think that should really be in the UFC because they don't fight really good. But I think the UFC holds them around to be journeymen to get their ass whooped so they can keep the ranking system in their favor.
Oh, and also
Create a
too, my
narrative.
shout out to my cousin Jeremiah Sierra. He's fighting. in Miami for a not UFC. It's a lower tier mixed martial art. He's fought on UFC like pre cards like type shit.
Yeah.
But he's fighting this Friday in Miami. Jeremiah La Aguila Sierra.
It's
I'm
like,
looking.
and this is the thing that I'll be laughing at people. This is how they start propaganda. How the fuck is you gonna give Cowboy a chance against Conor McGregor, right?
No.
And then you come through, you give Conor McGregor a chance against Floyd Mayweather. And see what I'm saying? It's like people they really pump a lot some of these fights up. They know who's gonna win. They know who's gonna win. They know who sucks and who doesn't. I saw I I started watching UFC a long time ago because I don't like giving people my money that don't deserve it. And
Oh, I ain't paying for that shit though. I ain't paying for nobody's shit.
crack screen. That's the reason why I don't tune into all these boxing matches either. You know, because I don't think the UFC ain't getting nothing now in mind.
Nah, yo, and if we revisit this topic like later on in the stream, if Lion Killer or I know Young Ty likes the UFC, man. Like, just be prepare your points once again. But I wanted to talk about something else too, Mike. But we'll probably have to come back around to the UFC thing though. But did you watch Blood? I don't know if it was Blood Boxing just made two videos that I haven't peeped until today. But he was talking about like, and it's not like solely whether like Tyson Fury cheated or not, but I think he's saying that a lot of people, I think he's taking like an issue with the fact that like um people are like getting blasted down like if they have a different opinion than like agreeing on whether like Tyson Fury cheated or not. Like, and again, like I want to forewarn people because like that I think that Tyson Fury very likely may have cheated, but I don't give a shit if you don't think that he cheated. Like like I don't think like you're less of a brother, like or that you're an Uncle Tom type shit or like dudes are getting over the top with the shit, bro. Like I don't even want to listen to motherfuckers no more. Like like I don't know. It's like that's not even. I mean, like if you want to, I mean, if channels want to do that, like I mean, that's their party, bro. Like I'm not gonna, but like the whole like whether you have a planet that's slightly different because I did peep what he was talking about. Like there were dudes that said that stuff that was light, bro, that were getting blocked like on certain channels. I know the channels too. I just don't want to mention names, but and that's not dissing those channels one iota, bro. Like I'm not taking slide shots. Like I'm not a puss like that, bro. If I don't like you, bro, like and it's serious like that, like I tell you, gladly. Like I don't got beef with anybody, but people that talk shit about me. But what's your take on that though, man? Like I think like it's becoming too factionalized, like with this issue and other issues in the past as well. Like, but I see that like moving forward too, Mike. Like in the future, that any issue is gonna get like hyper factualized, like well, we think this way, we think that way, and we can't agree on any of each other's points. And
No, it's not that. It's not that. This is what people need to understand. People know which exactly channels they can go to and speak their piece respectfully and not get blocked. See what I'm saying?
before you proceed, Mike, you also are in the school of thought that Fury cheated or very likely may have cheated, if I'm
No,
correct
I
too,
think
right?
I think he, I think he flat out cheated.
Okay, good. So like
I think he flat out cheated.
Mike's just giving his opinion, like and this is not about like Fury cheating. Like this is about like the whole
Yeah,
factionalized.
and I mean, I don't care if people. I don't think people are going to the extreme. Well, this is the only way you go to extreme, is if it really is really you're using If you're gonna say that Tyson Fury did something, let's just say that Wilder was drugged, right? Let's just say, for instance, with that one, if whether or not you believe it or not, but if you really want to put yourself 100% behind that, well, you know now, well, you have no proof, then you might as well wrap it up as a conspiracy theory because you have no proof. You just have a theory that Deontay Wilder may have or may not have been drugged. But the gloves, you can see it. There's no need to use a 6-point investigation scale to see, wow, this motherfucker gloves are fucked up. You
But
see what
what
I'm
do you
saying?
say like to the people like what's happening now like in these channels? And it's legit. It's not like me
Like
like
what?
getting no like as far like I'll tell you. But like and this is like a legit thing. This is not something I'm seeing or this is not me being butthurt about being blocked on one channel. Not because I'm not blocked on many channels, but the channels that I am blocked on, like I still listen to them, and I've been blocked on them for years. Um, it wasn't like a new thing or me talking about whether I think Tyson Fury cheated or not, or the opinion that I have been giving lately that I think Wilder's team like fucked up as far as their reaction to thinking that Tyson Fury cheated. Like, no, I wasn't blocked on any channel because of that. Like, I've been blocked since like 2017 type shit on the channels that I am blocked on. But besides the people that I dislike, like or that I like talk shit about openly, like I'm blocked on their channels, of course. Um, but like I'm saying, like Mike, as far as like the no room for you having a difference of opinion on these issues. Like you're getting a lot of that. Like and I don't want
No,
like
I don't see that. It's because if you say Tyson Fury didn't cheat, when I'm telling you, just look at his gloves, that's proof right there. Then I just think that you ain't even looked at the gloves. But really, to tell you the truth, you know, I don't think it's an issue. If that's how you want, if that's I don't even think it's something to even be talked about. How somebody run their other channel. I don't think
oh
that
no, I'm
you
not saying
know.
like the other channels in general. I like or I am saying the other channels. Like I am saying I am generalizing like this. Like a lot of the stuff that like there's channels that me and you don't like at all. Like, we don't fuck with sporting icons. We don't fuck with, like but I think I lost Mike. But what I wanted to say is that like, like I never listened to like sporting icons and shit like that. And I know Mike doesn't listen to sporting icons or that fucking cornball dude, husky guy that that used the he's like a big time like AJ Dick Rider channel before.
Come on, Sean Newton.
No, I don't fuck with him either.
No,
Counterpunch, like,
no, he LDVC Dick Ryder.
yeah, no, big time. No, counterpunch boxing. I don't fuck with like channels like that. But I'm blocked on all those shits. But like I think what's happening now with like is that people like those guys are big time dick riders and like big time like fucking they just want to be up somebody's ass. But I think that what's happening on like decent channels is that they're kind of like going into like they make it seem like if you have a little bit of a difference of opinion like that, they treat you like as if you're like one of those channels, like like you just don't fuck with them. Like everything shouldn't be like that. Like, and I don't want that like to be like on this channel. I know your channel's not like that, like where everybody gotta agree with me. And matter of fact, on your channel, a lot of the dudes that used to come through, for the most part, didn't agree with shit we were saying, but they would get like we ain't love them and shit like that. Or I don't want to say we had love for them, but like we never like booted them out. And you were always inviting the people that like would always come through. Like you always told them like you should hop on like say what's up like like fucking but it wasn't like this guy's a pussy like or this guy or this guy like shit like that is corny is what I'm saying. Like like when like I'm trying to make sure like I'm giving I don't want to offend nobody in my story. All right, I'll say this story straight up. I'm gonna start saying this story as an example from here on out. I was blocked on a big channel, and this was I was in Maine too. the first year I went to Maine, I got blocked on one of my like what used to be one of my favorite channels, and I said that my and I remember like pretty much like the exact comment I said, but it was like that like the American fans like don't get behind Wilder enough, and I was saying that in general, like because American fans don't get behind Wilder enough, like um, and I remember a dude fucking he said some shit to me, and I was like, like in the chat or something, and then I got blocked, like not like timed out or anything. I got like straight up blocked. Then some other dude like jumps on, like, and I know who the other dude is. Like I like now I guess he's like cool with me. I ain't never have a problem with him or anything like that. But then he's like, oh, he's probably a SPIC. Like I'm like, yo, like my man, like it ain't that like why I gotta be all that shit, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like they made it like seem like just because like I said that American fans weren't like behind Wilder like they should be, um, that is because I'm some fucking like Mexican like hater type dude. I'm not even Mexican, bro. Like or like like they always like take it to the top, bro. Like just because I don't agree with you or you don't agree with me, like me and Mike argue like pretty much every time we talk. Like, but like Mike, I love Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't got it. Like Mike agreeing with me or not agreeing with me doesn't make him not my friend or like more of my friend. Like if Mike thinks I'm wrong and he's agreeing with me, like fucking I think or if Mike tells me I'm right and he it doesn't agree with me, then Mike's not being a good friend to me, bro. Like Mike tells me all the time, like, yo, don't do that, don't do this, like, like, and I respect it, like, but that doesn't mean that he's like a hater or some shit. Like, if I ain't agree with something Mike said, bro, I'll tell him straight up, bro. Like, yo, fuck, Mike. Like, he'll do the same shit to me. But you don't want like this shit to become like an echo chamber, like where it's just a bunch of people that are agreeing with every single boxing point. Like, that's whack, bro. Like, I mean, like, I like when everybody had like their own flair, bro. Like, not everybody gotta agree. Like, but I think that was like the crux of like what Blood was saying, like where like there were mad dudes getting blocked, like while he was like live type shit that and a lot of this stuff like had zero to do with like dissing like Wilder stuff like that. And even if you do this Wilder, bro, like again, like I like Wilder's my favorite fighter. Who gives a shit, bro? It's YouTube, bro. Like it's just something we do like for fun, bro. Like it's not that serious, bro. Like whether you like any fighter or don't like any fighter, like fuck am I gonna do? As long as like you're not being over the top or closet racist, ain't shit to me, bro. What do you think, Mike?
Um, like I said earlier, man, it's like what somebody does in their own damn house is their own damn business. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you go over there to visit and stuff like that. If you don't like it, then don't go over there. If you don't like roaches on the floor, crawl all up on you. If you know what I'm saying, if you don't like the smell of cigarette smokes and all that stuff, don't go on up in there. Stay your ass at home. Because the way I put it is, if that's what he chooses to do, that's what he chooses to do. Now I don't do it on my channel unless you like El said, FoulPlayer said, like as long as you ain't, being racist. I don't want nobody being racist. I don't want no black dude calling a white dude, the C word, a Mexican dude, the B word. I don't want none of that shit. Because I don't want nobody thinking that the shit is sweet for somebody to open up their mouth and say something slick. But at the end of the day, you know, it's just like one of those things. Some of those people that come up in there, like if you, like I said earlier, if you really feel, sorry, not feel, 100%, no doubt, by looking at Tyson Fury's glove, you would say 100%, no doubt he cheated. Then why would you want somebody in your channel talking about oh, Tyson Fury said he won fair and square, blah, I mean, Tyson Fury won fair and square, blah, blah, whoop, 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 just admitted your boy lost. Like, when he only doing that shit really thinking that he's going to piss you off. Because if you really didn't believe that, if you can look at Tyson Fury's glove and say he didn't cheat it, then come on somebody else's channel and say Tyson Fury won fair and square, just admit your boy got his ass whooped, which he did. Well, how about you properly explain to me on why his gloves look like that, and how can that be legal? Flip the script upside down and explain that. They don't do that. They don't come on the channel and do that. They come on there thinking they're about to hurt your damn feelings.
No,
That's
and
the
that's the
only reason
problem,
why
Mike.
they do
Like,
it.
no, that's the problem too. Like, with like the channels that we don't like they were never like live channels like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking like they never went live like that. So like the fact that they would like block you, or like you couldn't really engage them like that. It was just they wanted to attack a bunch of people that were like anti whoever, and they got their little market. But then like if you wanted to come through and like try to like break them down like point by point, you couldn't do it, because they weren't like live channels, and they will block you anyway. But
Yeah.
I think that like to remedy that, like the real is the real, bro. Like that, like there's facts never change, and but I think like to remedy that, we like I'm definitely not gonna be one of those dudes like that, just because if like they get down like that, then we should get down like that too. Like we, like or we like, and it's not like the good channels are like hard body like becoming like that, like where you can't like make any point and like but I don't know. I can't call it, Mike. I really can't call it, man. Like you're a little bit wiser than me with these things, to be honest. Like with like not getting too hyped up or about shit that I do or don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like you're usually the one that reels me in, bro. Like
Oh,
yeah,
thank
and
you,
let me ask you a surprise question too, Mike. Oh, and actually, I'll give my like is sporting icons like the channel you hate the most?
I don't hate none of those guys because I know what they're doing.
Or
But,
like you
between, because I know what they're doing.
or dislike? Which one you think is the worst as far as the channels you don't like?
I dislike them all the same because they all doing the same thing. It's like if the LDBC disbanded today, they'd be throwing the party, and all three of them will be trying to beat each other to the punch. Who's gonna come up with the video first, and then come with a rebuttal live stream first? They'll be tearing each other up because of the most views on their channels from BDA, boxing, Sporting Dick and Booty Icons, and Sean Newton. The most views they get on their channel is views talking about what the LDB said. It's like literally like LDBC said this. Well, let me break it down for you.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is though. Like Mike, like honestly, like the one that seems to attract like the grimiest people. I mean, and it's not because like he's the grimiest channel, and I'm not defending him because he could piss off. But like the one that attracts like the worst like type dudes, and maybe it's because they go live, but like BDA, like they be some racist ass dudes on BDA's channel, bro.
Because they think because I think sometimes Latino people, especially by way of South America, I think sometimes like they don't like black people.
A
They
lot of
don't
them
even
do.
like the darker. They don't even like the darker. Some of them don't even like the darker people in their area.
They like to impress white people too,
And it's like,
or
yeah,
try to.
that too, and that happens all around the world, just not them. But but like some of them Latino people, they sister might be like darker than me, and they might be white as snow. They cousin, they know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes those types of people, like the guy on BDA, I think that I think he knows his boxing. I think he knows what he's doing. I just think that is this. Put it like this. Put it like this. If you're gonna be talking about what the hell Fanon got to say, Best Fight Device got to say, um, 78 Black Fight Fan got to say. If I'm talking about what Steve Kim got to say, obviously because there's some shape or form to tell me that somebody validated him. Somebody validated him. He has a big reach in the sport of boxing, and he works for a big ass company, right? So in order for you to talk about these guys in the LDBC or the LDBC as a whole, that means you, at the most, validated him, validated us to be up above you to where you have the audacity to speak about what the hell we got to say like it's a news article. So you using us as a source of your information to get your AdSense.
Yeah, honestly, you got a point there too.
Because
Honestly,
yo,
they if you think about it, they use that as like the source, like a channel that they supposedly don't like as a source more than they do a Stevie Kim, a Coppinger, like they'll use that as their subject matter more than like an article that Stevie Kim will put out or like
well,
that.
I don't think it's the source of like the source of information is like this is what I'm gonna talk today. This is my talking points. So you use
Yeah,
the
that's what I mean.
information that whatever Fanon's talking about for today. That's your source of information that you're
That's
gonna
what I
talk
mean.
about.
Yeah, that's their motivation. Like their subject will usually like rock with that more than like an than boxing news. They'll talk more about like the stuff that somebody else said like on YouTube than actual boxing news that's happening. Like if they think, but I mean, I just don't like to be a counter to those like those channels. Like if they rock that way, bro, like they're corny. Like but like when I started finding real boxing talk online, it was just like a revelation. Like I couldn't get enough of it, and I don't want to like start countering fake boxing. I don't want real boxing channels like to start moving like because of what stupid channels do. You know what I'm saying? Like but I guess you and me will get like we'll get to the top someday, and we could set the standard as to how we rock, bro.
Right.
The I wanted to ask you something else, bro. The fuck? Damn, man. I just had something good to ask you too. Yeah, but you used to make the videos about like about like sporting dick in the booty or you used to like throw shot at least every stream, bro. You would take
Well,
a
I tell you why. There's a difference. See,
no. It's funny though. But like the thing is too that at that like when you were doing it especially like I thought that people weren't going at them enough, bro. Like like what and like honestly you were like the one like you would title your shit sometimes like yo these dudes are tripping or because
yeah.
they'll do that shit to like BFTV and they'll take a clip and like they'll make a career off that. But you like, and I think a lot of the good channels are like, oh, fuck them, whatever they say, and like we'll just keep doing us. But like you would do the same shit to them, like, nah, motherfucker, like you're talking shit, and like I'll prove it to you that you're just trying to run with some bullshit.
Well, this is the reason why I was making those videos because this idiot, he told me, sporting the dick and booty icons, told me himself personally, he's trying to destroy the LDBC and them BDA and the Sean Newtons and all them dudes. That's what they doing. But most of all, what they're doing is they lying. They're sit up over there and talk about what somebody in the LDBC got to say, but they'll lie about it. You see what I'm saying? They'll literally fucking lie and put insightful words in there that can keep their audience captivated to what they're saying. Well, you could call them captors, and they're capturees. Um, Keep them in there. You can't. How you gonna talk about the LDBC when the LDBC most channels talk about a variety of things? Fucking variety of things. Some people do interviews with people that don't even do boxing. So it's to just show people like to just really just if you really want to say somebody's a liar or they don't know what the fuck they're talking about or something because it's against what they said about one of your favorite fighters or something like that, that's fine. When we start personally attacking people within that thing, well then that gives me the right to fuck you up.
Nah, true that, bro. I think like before, like you had more time too, like as far as like, or like like honestly, in a sense though, you have room to talk, like because you listen to technically, like by definition, you're listening to both sides of the story. You know what I'm saying? Like and a lot of them, I haven't really fucked with those channels before, like listening to them, because like before I would like tune in for like 3 minutes and like see what the hell they were talking about, and then like just get pissed off. But lately, I mean, I was doing as much time for YouTube, like so I don't even like I haven't heard like a sporting icons video in probably over a year or like BDA. BDA I would never like really listen to like that because like for some reason like something about that like that whole channel just pissed me off. Like and then like the comment section is like crazy racist, bro. Like they'll straight up like like they don't even hide it, like type shit. But I don't know. I like I guess like since boxing talk is kind of like dying a little bit, like with me or getting old, like I don't really be checking like for as many dudes as I used to. The yeah, bro. I was oh yeah, Mike. I want to talk to you about another subject, bro. Like see if you had any input, bro. I'm giving you I'm giving you curveballs, bro. If you don't mind.
Mm.
Uh, the do you know who Ghislaine Maxwell is?
What about them?
Yes or no, bro?
Don't recall.
If you know, like, did you heard about like the Jeffrey Epstein thing, like the dude that was like supposedly like raping girls, like
Yeah, the
on
super
the.
pedophile.
Okay, yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. The yeah, his like the girl he used to run with, who was like supposedly his girlfriend.
Oh yeah, and they put the bitch in. They didn't lock her up. They put her in like some type of protective thing, and now she might go around here and start snitching on everybody else.
Yeah, they locked her up though. She's actually in jail in my old neighborhood. Matter of fact, remember like when I was in my old neighborhood and I showed you like the jail, like I was driving by a jail. That's the one where she's at.
I don't know. I thought I heard a report that she was out there, eating a nice little exquisite meal.
Who knows? But I know they had her like supposedly in like ultra protective custody in that jail, like on ultra suicide watch. Cause the dude that like Epstein when he killed himself supposedly, that was in a city jail, like a New York City jail. It's called the Tombs,
Yeah, they had
NBC.
no business. See, that's another thing too. They had no business doing it like the way they did it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Like locking him up like that.
the charges that he was going against and stuff like that, the feds should have picked his ass up.
Yeah, I thought that's what that confused me too, Mike. If you think about it, because that's interstate. You're like bringing people from state to state. That's feds off the rip.
Multiple felonies on the thing too is like they should let the feds handle that case. Because if then not only that is because the feds got more resources than the state. You know what I'm saying? Than
Yeah,
than
and
the regular.
and that and that particular jail too, even though it's in Manhattan, because like if you go to jail in Brooklyn, like if you get locked up in Brooklyn, like the first jail you go to, which is like county, would be Central Brooklyn in Brooklyn, Brooklyn House. In Manhattan, they'll send you to Rikers straight up, and the Bronx too. Like those are sending you to Rikers. But that jail is like it's like the Manhattan jail. I don't even know how, but like basically all the other ones that I told you, like Brooklyn House, like all the other ones, like in the boroughs, they're run by like the NYPD. But like the Tombs, is the only like jail like in the city besides Rikers Island that's actually run by like corrections. And corrections, I mean, like those dudes are grimy, bro. You throw a few bucks in somebody's direction in corrections, and you get whatever you want. Like there was a Hasidic Jews that were locked up in Rikers Island, and they were having like bar mitzvahs where like outside people were coming in, bands were playing, like in the jail,
Hmm.
and you know, like so, like that capability of being corrupted is more like the Department of Corrections rather than like the NYPD. Not to say that the NYPD can't be corrupted because they fucking very well could be, but that jail, like they put him in like the Tombs, and then like he kills himself supposedly a couple days later, which I found very sus. The fact that he killed himself anywhere, like I found very sus. Yeah, but
Yeah.
you think anything will come of this broad, like being locked up? You think she's?
They got it for a reason. And like I said, if the feds came and got her, most likely they got her by their ovaries. They ain't the feds ain't because that's who should get them, who charge them because they shit is some really hellacious shit. Um, you know, I would assume I got to look at it and see who got her. Was it the feds or was it?
No, I think it was the feds, Mike. They
Yeah,
like
'cause even the feds. They got like
supposedly
90%. They got
yeah,
like a 90% like conviction rating. So
yeah.
they got her by
95,
the ovaries.
95 plus conviction percent.
Yeah, they got her by the ovaries and she ain't gonna have no choice but to do it 6'9".
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm thinking that's what's gonna happen, bro. Like
Like I try to tell people, man, it's like you can't go around here calling 6'9" a snitch and or whatever you want to call him a snitch and shit like that when you're a fucking civilian.
I'll call him a snitch, fucking, and I am a civilian, but fuck him.
Yeah, well, we can keep talking about that later. Um, you know, and the way I would attack it is that look what he was doing and look what he was portraying himself and look what he did to a lot of these kids out here having them think that it's okay to be running around here doing this shit and misappropriating himself. Now look at him.
I just
He,
think he wasn't a G like that. Like he he,
I,
he
I
wasn't built.
I knew he was fake from day one.
Yeah.
Him,
Well, a
him
lot of
between
these
him
dudes
and
are
Little
fake.
Wayne.
Yo, not to because I was thinking about this the other day when I was in the bathroom, but because I remember when I was young, like Frank Lucas, like this dude got caught. Like no, there was somebody else, like a big time drug dealer. Because there was a magazine I used to read called
Mickey
Feds.
Barnes.
Nah, I might not because Nicky Barnes snitched too. But there was a magazine. I don't know if you're familiar with it, Mike. It's called Feds. It stands for
Nah,
finally every dimension of the street. Like it was like a double XL or Source magazine, but it was like real hood. Like it only talked about like gangs and like drug dealers and shit like that. But I remember like they would catch these dudes with like mad weight pretty much. And like they'd be like, that they offered them a 5 year sentence. Like, damn, bro. Like, but I know like dudes that get busted with like an onion, bro. Like, that are doing a 10 piece, bro. Like, so like I was thinking like a lot, like not to give these dudes any excuse, bro, because like you shouldn't snitch, bro. Like you know what it is. I don't care if they give you 100 years or like they're gonna get you, bro. Like and you likely talk shit like you weren't gonna snitch and then you snitch. Like so that there's no excuse. But like they be hitting dudes like a lot harder like now than like they did in the 70s and the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Like So I think a lot of these old dudes, like, cause back in the day, a lot of the old cats, like, they always talk about like that my generation was snitching, and it was true. A lot of people from my generation was snitching, but like a lot of those old cats, like, like they would get locked up with like fucking diesel and do like 2 years. I'm like, yo, what the fuck, bro? Like, but meanwhile, like, like in New York, like they were the first place. Like if you caught a gun, it was a Mando 5 years, 5 to 7 years. You know, so like I don't know. I can't call it, Mike. Like I'm not in that. Like I'm not in the streets. Like fucking But
Yeah,
there's no room for that shit. Like if you know what you're getting into, you just shouldn't get into the streets, bro. Like fuck. Like it is what it is, bro. It's not for like at any level. Like the streets are grimy, bro. Like but if you know what it is, bro, like don't make it seem like you're having a come to God moment just because you get yammed up, you got caught up, bro. Like fucking like you really gotta eat it, bro. Fucking young cats, bro. They're pussy.
yeah. That's what they. That's what the consistency is. Everything is going around and saying.
I gotta bring my man on, the one that you talked to that day when we were off the air, like the one that got
Right.
snitched on. Fucking
Yeah, man. That's unfortunate.
Nah,
But
he's
like,
out now. I mean, he's doing good, but for other stories too, because he was like pretty much like the bodyguard of the dude that invented like one of the biggest crews in New York, like now. Um, but he got some crazy ass stories. I'll just put it like that. I gotta bring my other mans too. Like my other man, he got like stabbed 11 times. He got shot like 3 different times. But if you see him like he looks like a yuppie pretty much. Like
mm,
he doesn't dress baggy and shit like that. Like talks like he's like real polite too, and he's thorough, bro. This dude got both those dudes like that like the toughest people I know type shit. You
right.
know, but maybe you should bring your uncle too, man. Like that'd be cool, bro.
Yeah, yeah. But I was trying to get him. I was trying to get him with Black Fight Fan, but he be tripping.
Your uncle Black
My
Fight fan.
uncle, yeah, he ain't doing shit. Yeah, but he be tripping though. So I just gotta, you know, keep trying to see what he doing. But that motherfucker be on Facebook Live. So
Nah, it'd be funny too because like it's not like from this generation. Like for sure this dude's thorough. You know what I'm saying? Like he was in the industry. Like that'd be a real cool like. But like if he's anything like you, bro, like then he'd be operating on his own time. Like keeps no schedule.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, man. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up, Mike. Any last words, bro?
Nah, man. It's just I ain't got nothing, man. Hopefully, the end of the year we see some quality, boxing matches and shit like that. But it is what it is.
Nah, we will, bro. This boxing is so fun. Yo, we ain't even talk boxing like that today, bro.
Yeah, we ain't talk that. Yeah, no, we ain't talk. We just talk about like some bullshit. Yeah,
I'm gonna start
around
throwing
it.
I'm gonna start throwing more curveballs at you, bro. Like, cause
Oh man, shoot, them the best
might
ones
be
to knock out the
might
park.
be thinking around, bro. But Mike's very learned, bro. Like, might be, and I know like for sure that might be we gotta talk politics. You vote, Mike, or no?
Nah, I don't. It's a Babylon thing.
Me neither. I never. Yeah, it's funny too that me, you, yeah, and your shit too. Like, you know what's happening. Like,
Nah, I don't. But I just like I made a
you got an
video.
idea, bro. Is what I'm saying. Like, a lot of dudes have no idea. Like, they know because they read something on Facebook,
Yeah,
like a
basically.
headline.
Yeah, but I made a video a while back, and I basically said, man, I'm not voting until such and such or whatever. And basically, it's like everybody's looking for the black vote, but the black votes are so fucking spread out. Black folks can't even get nobody in.
What did
You
you
know?
ever vote?
Nah.
I did once, bro.
And if you look at how it is, it's pretty fucked up when you're voting for, especially voting for a president. It's fucked up. They don't show all the candidates because of money. and people backing this person, and they don't want nobody else to get up in there and and put a wrench to the thing. If people could go out there, if you that's what you want to do, you want to vote and everything, but you know, the atheists won't believe in God, but they'll believe in the vote.
Yo, what do you say? Because I know like Lion Killer like is a big time proponent of voting, but like they always like I'm not saying he does that, but like I think a lot of people's like points like to try to get me to vote, which I'm not gonna vote, bro. Like if Mike were running, then I'd vote. But like if you gotta really be that dude for me to vote for you, bro. But a lot of people will say like, oh, your ancestors died like for you to vote. I don't think they really did, bro. Like I
No,
think they I
this is what
think
I
that
say to that. Anybody that try to put that, don't put that shit on nobody.
yeah, bro. Like
That funk ass guilt trip and shit. They fought for people died for equality. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't for the black man to vote. It was for fucking equality around the whole fucking board. Because remember, the black man had the right to vote before the white man's own mama had the right to vote. So, and then not only that is, like I said earlier, an atheist won't believe in God, but an atheist will believe in a vote, something that he can't even prove that is his shit really counts, his or hers or it
so,
really
Mike.
counts.
I'm gonna fire some tenants of like a lot of the like issues and like just tell me if you stand like in very short answers because I want to rapid fire some.
Mm.
But how are you as far as gun rights? Like, do you think that there should be more gun rights, less gun rights? Like,
I don't. I just believe that everybody shouldn't have a fucking gun. Some of these motherfuckers is too stupid for their own goddamn good.
so more or less?
They should just keep it right where it is. I think California needs to fix their shit, but some of these other states. But I just believe that some of these motherfuckers is not sane enough to be holding the fucking to be walking around here with guns.
Yeah, I honestly like if I stand in a sort of same direction. I love my guns, but I think like that it should be a little bit harder to get a gun. But like once you're able to get a gun, like you should be able to buy whatever the fuck you want. I think more people should have guns, but I think that there should be a lot better measures for you to be able to buy a gun. Like, cause you're right, a lot of dumbass people have guns. Like, if they did that, like, and they really like put the clamps on like who gets guns, like, or like whether you're too stupid to carry a gun, like you wouldn't have shit where people just whip out guns on you all the time, like, cause I'm not gonna say it. No, I was gonna say I never fucking had to throw it on somebody. But
Mm.
where do you stand as far as like like gay rights and whatnot? Actually, no. Don't even answer that, bro.
No, I can answer it. I answer it. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. If they get motherfucker want to get mad, they can suck my dick. You know,
Don't say that, bro.
I know, right? And might get my ass in trouble with that one. Um, the way I put it is that I really don't give a fuck. I don't think that there shouldn't be no type of gay history taught in no schools, no type of gay acceptance or whatever it is. I just think that, um, and also I also think that, um, uh, as far as the religious part of everything should be protected. I don't think people should be forcing churches and people with religious beliefs to marry these guys, give them, you know, bake them a cake. Um, I don't think that should be. I don't think that's right. I think that if you're comfortable with your own skin and stuff like that, you do have to also understand that people is not going to be comfortable with you because of their religious beliefs. and religious beliefs, I think, should be protected.
Absolutely. No, but I stand in a similar position to you, Mike. I don't think that the kids should be taught a lot of sex ed like that they do now because I think they intermingle like a lot of the you know like letter communities within that. But I think you could fuck whoever the fuck you want. I personally don't think that like um like as far as adopting kids, like it's a little tough, bro, because like a lot of like gay marriages have like less chances of staying together and whatnot. A lot more chances of high, like promiscuity, like cheating and whatnot. Like those people are gonna have like that are cheating are gonna stay together less and less. Like the whole like adopting kids and stuff like that. It's a little bit I don't really agree with it like that.
Hmm.
But like I don't think like people should do violence to them and shit like that. Like to anybody, you know. I don't really stand on that, bro. Like,
Well,
but
I'm gonna say this with that part. I think if you was born a man, and people have to be real, you know, if you was born a man and you tricked the dude into some bullshit, there should be some ramifications for that.
oh hell's yeah, bro. No, no, no. That should be honestly that should be tagged as assault. So basically, if you assaulted me, then I should be able to beat the shit out of you, like at the very least. You know, but you're right though, Mike. Like that shit, like you know, the whole like hyper acceptance of all that stuff, like I don't think that they would try to pursue that as a crime, like where you try to trick somebody and then surprise, like motherfucker got balls, and that's not a crime. Like that's a sexual assault. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, and it shouldn't be like no shit. Like if somebody did that shit to you and you call the cops on them, they should go to jail. Like basically, at the very
Yeah.
least. And or if you fuck them up, then that's a freebie. Like but like the way shit is written now, I'm not saying it going by examples and whatnot, but like because I don't know like of anybody who ever fucking mistakenly fuck some dude. But the way it is now, I think if you fuck somebody up like for that reason because they tricked you or some shit, you'd probably be the one that would get in trouble on some hate crime shit. So that's not right.
Hmm. Yeah,
All
that's
right, Mike,
right.
I got a tough one, bro, and I know it's gonna it may rub people. We're gonna talk about these subjects like I think in the future if you're willing.
Man,
Um,
stop stalling and spit it out.
no, but I want to tell you though, like if you're with it, like we should talk about these subjects just like an hour alone, like type shit, just that.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. But what's your opinion on the group? Not the phrase or none of that. On like the if you know anything. If you don't, like don't you
What,
don't got.
what do you mean by the group? Like what we were just talking about?
Oh no. I'm gonna tell you right now. What's your opinion on the group, like the Black Lives Matter? Oh, do
I,
you
I,
know
I
like
put it, I put it, I put it, I put it to you like this: people out there, they can believe what they want to believe. There's other groups out there advocating for black rights and stuff like that. They have been doing it before that group. I'm not a the group Black Lives Matter. I'm not with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with it. Um, People can say whatever they want to. There's other groups out there. People could say, well, at least they're doing something. They're bringing this in the third, but sometimes they're a bit not rational um, with some of the stuff, and that's the reason why they're not getting their actual voices heard correctly.
I don't think
Uh,
that's the reason why they're not getting their voices heard though.
well, well, it's because the irrational part about it.
That's no,
You
I
gotta,
don't think
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I don't agree with you. Like
you
as far as that, like being the reason as to why they don't get their voices heard, but explain if you want to.
you got to beat these dudes at their own game. You getting all this money through donations and stuff like that. You got to have people in place that could beat these dudes at their own game. you know, in the media. I don't care if you want to say that the media won't let you on. Well, create your own media platform.
Word up.
Um, Create your own media platform and have people out there uh, fighting for the good fight. Get people to push legislations. Get people to push some of these sheriffs, mayors, and shit up out of here. These constables, these senators, these guys that ain't doing nothing but malingering. They're just sitting around just to be around. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of these cats. I don't think they, and I think that's the reason why. It's like, it's just a bit irrational. You know what I'm saying? They gotta have to take their emotion out of the picture in order for them to succeed. Because when only thing you basing off of emotions and everything, that's the only thing that people are going to see.
No,
And
well, like Mike, no, I didn't want to discuss like so much like the tact, like as far as like the end goal, like like because I think a lot of people may look at like their end goal to make it to where Black Lives Matter as much as anybody else. Like they're involved in other shit basically. Like so in my like from what not my eyes like you can look it up on their website. But I'm saying like as a group in general, like do you agree like with the tack that they do? Like
do I agree with it? What'd
yeah,
you say?
yeah. Like, do you agree with like the tactic, like from
The
what you know
tactics,
of, like
I don't agree with all of it. I agree with some of it, but I don't agree with all of it.
yeah. Nah, I mean like I was gonna say like maybe I shouldn't give my opinion, but you know how it rocks, bro. You know I know like I'm versed in this subject. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking we always talk about like people that I mentioned from the so-called conscious community. You know everybody who I'm talking about. Like like it's not like I'm surprising you all. Like yo, go check this dude out. Go check that dude out. If I usually bring somebody up to you, you know who the fuck I'm talking about before I even like mention. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm,
like when we talk on the phone and shit is what like person. But
right.
so I'm not coming from this subject like without knowing dick about it. But I think that a lot of from just the group in general, like well even before I get that, like it's crazy because like if you say like you don't rock with it, like the group, they'll make it seem like you don't rock with like what the group's name is about. I'm not saying what the group's about. Like if you say like yo I don't like really like what they do, like I don't get down with everything that they do, they'll make it seem like well like the group is called this and you're not down with making it to where Black Lives Matter. Like and that's not the case, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like but I think that the group is a little bit not pro on black dudes, bro. I'll put it like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, we know that.
yeah.
They're the same chicks that ran up on Bernie Sanders, took and snatched the mic out of his hand. You know what I'm saying? When he was running for president.
I
You know
don't
what I'm
give a shit
saying? It's
about
like,
that, bro. Fuck, fuck
no,
all
that's
of
what I
it.
was saying. Is like you just like doing some shit that don't even need to be done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just
Oh no,
rude.
no. I said that they're not pro black dudes. I don't give a
No, they
shit.
do. They are, but the thing about it is that how could you be okay, you got people that's part of the alphabet community, right? And they head in this, right? Eventually they're gonna have to talk about some alphabet shit.
But they talk about a lot of that stuff. Like it seems like they talk about that a lot more than they
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Like they make like a lot of times like and if you look at the website, it just makes it seem like that they're
If anything, what they need to be talking about is saving people from getting shot by the police
absolutely
and 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 saving these babies out here from pedophiles, kidnapping,
yes, bro.
and and all this other malice shit that be going on with these babies. That's what they should be talking about.
To
You
my
know what
mother,
I'm
man.
saying? Like, you know, fuck all that grown ass adult shit with that alphabet shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like y'all got equalities. It's like y'all were talking about gay people. It's like Like, don't nobody give no, ain't nobody caring about y'all. Like,
Nah,
you
they're
walk
not really
around.
bringing it to you like that, bro. Like, I mean, like if you think about it, if it's about like police brutality, like the poli like ain't killed like no like gay black dude like that was a major story like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if that's what it's all about. But you know, you're right though. Like the kids are like the front line, like you know, and they're like, you know, they're being fucked with like by the system. Like a lot of times, like the if you think about who the police like bother, like I mean, from what I've seen personally in New York, like they fucking with these kids that are like 12 years old a lot of times, like busting their chops because you know
Literally.
a lot of the guys that are like 24, like they'll whoop a cop's ass, bro. Like if you let them, not all of them, but like you know, there's a better chance. But on top of that too, like you know, like the whole like people don't honestly like yo, you brought up you just brought up a good point to me, Mike. Like in their mission statements, they don't talk about that aspect of it. Like you know, like the whole like kids getting touched up. Like that's a fucking pandemic type problem, especially in the black community and the Spanish community, like in the hood communities, like you know, where people just don't like address that shit, bro. I've seen
Right.
that shit many times happen. Almost all the like bros that I've messed with, bro, like they've told me like, you know, such and such did this to me when I was young, like, you know, and it sucks because that's probably the reason why like you let some fucking ugly ass dude like me like get up in there, like fucking, you know, because of some shit that may have happened like back in the day, like now you're like kind of holy, you know, and
Yeah.
sad. But but you know, like all them like loose chicks like from the hood and shit, like they probably got fucked with when they were young, bro. And you know, nothing was ever done of it. And that's not
Yeah.
even some shit that we need the police to check for us, bro. That should be some shit that we check on our own, like fucking like
Well, it'd be them too. You know what I'm saying? These group homes, um, these kidnappings, stuff like that. Babies coming up missing, never being ever seen again. You know, you know, and for them just to talk about it at least, you know, once a week, once a month, on the same frequency as you talking about everything else, is like get people to understand is like, you know, like I said, when it comes to these babies, I don't give a fuck. I'm snitching.
word up, Mike.
I don't give
There's
a
no room
fuck.
for that.
I don't give a fuck. I'm going to the police. Say whatever the fuck you want to. If I get any inclination that a motherfucker's doing that shit, I'm going to the police. I have no. I go to sleep with a smile. I will brag about it. All that. I let everybody know I got one.
Make videos
I let everybody know I got one and I snitch. I don't. I be proud
off the
because
bucket
they need
list.
to go.
You got one check mark on the bucket list.
They need to go. You know what I'm saying? You got you can go over there and role play with a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? But you want to go up over here look for some little young girl, little some innocent.
Yo, Mike, honestly, too, bro, I'll straight up tell you, like, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, if you're a dude, like, cause like if you're a cat like that got caught up with like some fucking broad that was like 16, um, like you'll get classified as a sex offender. I'm not saying that you should or shouldn't be classified as a sex offender, but there's a lot of bros that are 16 that are fucking bad, bro. You
Not
know,
in
like
Ohio.
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't get caught up with no fucking bitch like that,
Nah, won't
but
catch me.
um, but if what do you call it? Like I think like that's you know like a little bit unjust, like where they because they you if you're classified as a sex offender, that's with you forever. But whatever you do to pedophiles, bro, like it's like I don't give a shit, bro. You could torture them, like fucking lock them up for life, like fucking first, like if you get caught up twice, bro, like then there should be no way you see the sun, bro. Oh, matter of fact, Mike, um, there's this dude, um, some broad that my shorty knows that fucking her uncle, he fucking impersonated a cop. and he
Mm.
fuck and he what do you call it? There's a train station by 53rd Street. He fucking he showed the badge to some kid that threw something like a piece of paper. So he told him to get out of the train station. That he's a cop, whatever. He brought him to like a stolen van and fucking like raped him. Like
Oh,
he showed him a needle, and he said that the needle had AIDS in it. And he took it there with the kid. So the kid gave like a description of him, like they made the sketch and all that shit. And the dude he didn't get locked up. Like they told the kid they didn't believe him, but they ended up catching the guy with the van like a couple of weeks later, and it was a stolen van, and he went to jail for that. So he got out like 5 years later or some shit for the stolen van, or like 3 years later. I don't know what the fuck it was. So he got out and fucking the like 2 days after he got out, he stole another van, did that shit again, bro. And they like he did it to another kid. He raped like fucking same van, same train station, and everything. So like they were applauding the cops because they were like, oh, like this the guy that made the sketch so good the last time, and the cops remembered like what happened the last time, and the story sounded similar, and that's how they were able to catch him. But like they really didn't bring up the fact that the first time it happened that they
yeah,
told the kid that he was bullshitting.
yeah, they fucked it. They fucked it all up.
But I say that to say this is that there's dudes that are into that shit that it's not like because they want to try some like nah, they just into that shit, bro. Then if you're just into that shit, you shouldn't live, like in my eyes. Like whatever you like, and to be reasonable, like all right, like I don't like if you think that locking somebody up forever the first time they did that is too much, then locking somebody up after the second time they did that forever ain't shit, bro. Fuck them. Like like you get no rehab from that. Like you did it twice. You shouldn't live, bro. Like or you should at least be locked up forever.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, Mike, if a politician were to say like this is what I want to put on the agenda, like where there's no mercy on these dudes, then I may vote for that, bro. I'll probably will vote for that. But you think that's unreasonable? Like if you get bagged twice for doing some shit like that, that you
I
go to
think
jail?
you got to. I think it should be like you got to get back twice, like, and you purposely went out there to do this shit. Like it wasn't like you know you met a chick in the club and she turned out to be underage or something like that.
Nah, no, no.
Like
Like I
you
said, bro.
no
Like
doubt went out there and snatched the little kid up. Yeah, you got to be gone.
yeah, word up. But like I think like 2 times where you played yourself, fucking is enough, bro. Like I mean, like and again, bro, like my fucking I hate to say this, bro. My grandfather was fucking 31 years old, and he met my grandmother, bro. Like sorry to say, Mike, she was fucking 13, bro. This motherfucker played himself. But they wouldn't be no fucking Joey if my grandfather wasn't a pig.
Yeah, let's go
But
beat his
and
ass.
huh?
Let's go beat his ass.
Heard up, bro. And my grandfather's black as fuck too, bro. Like, so imagine like some skinny black dude, like fucking. But he married my grandmother at 13. But
Oh,
imagine some fucking skinny farmer black dude like telling you, yo, I want to marry your daughter, fucking in Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? But
oh, Jesus.
but like I like what you said, yo, if you slip up and meet some girl that looks like a certain age in the club, bro, like I mean, like I ain't like I mean, it sucks, bro. Like, I mean, you should do a little time, like especially if she's like 14 or some shit. But I don't reserve my like ire for those dudes, bro. Like if you get caught up 2 times like with some kids, bro, then fucking to hell with you, bro. Like I think 1 time is too much, but but 2 times legally, that should be the rules, bro. Like that's it. Fucking no mercy.
Got to start tying them up in the city square.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Like fucking, we should do an hour on this, Mike, in the future if you're with
Most,
it, bro.
most definitely. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
bro. And we never
Like,
talked about this either, me and you. Like I mean, we talked about Me and Mike talk. Every time I talk to Mike, we talk about fucking off the wall shit. And usually we talk for like an hour. But
Yes.
you know, we never talked about this. Right? Like, and I'm glad you feel that way. Fucking dead to all those dudes.
Some
Yeah,
got
bro. Mike, let me take off though, man. Any last words?
Nah, man, ain't got nothing, man. Nice. Thanks for letting me know, man. See you soon.
Nah, definitely, bro. I'll hit you up when I go back to work too, bro. I'm trying to enjoy my last couple days of fucking vacation, bro.
Right on, my brother. Right on.
Yo, how long are you gonna be in that area for where you stay at now?
Man, just hit me up. I'll let you know.
I will. Yeah, nah, I'm gonna try to shoot out there, bro. We can link up, man.
Right. Just hit me up, my brother.
Alex Santos said he's coming out to fucking to New York in December too, man. You should come down here when he
Alex
comes
ain't
through.
doing shit. I was just lying. That's motherfucker lying to kick it.
Yeah, bro. Alex Santos is a cool dude though, man. We're gonna do a hip hop stream soon too, man. You should jump on that one.
Yeah, just hit me up.
I will, man. I'm gonna try to get a little nice little crew of to talk the rap game and shit.
Oh,
And I don't fuck with rap, bro. Like, but
I don't listen to shit.
me neither. I listen to old shit, fucking electronic music or fucking what else? Like fucking just old school shit more than anything though. Not
All
old
right.
rap either, bro. Old rap is played out. I listen
Huh?
to fucking Isley
No,
Brothers.
I've been listening to that too, but I just don't listen to none of this new shit, man. It's just like them niggas ain't getting none of my money.
Nah, it's corny, bro. And like there's so much good old music that I haven't even found yet, bro. Like you could look up like Isley Brothers records that's never been played, and that's just fucking banging, bro. You know,
Right.
Gap Band, fucking. There's so much good music that not even touched yet, bro. Well, I haven't touched yet.
You ain't
Yeah,
lying.
bro. Yeah, but let me take off, Mike. Have a good night too, doggy. Thanks for coming on, man.
You know it.
Peace, bro.
All right, my brother.